letting the music really push me to find things that move with it. I think the earlier stuff, there's a bit more of a mishmash at times of what lyrically is happening and what musically is happening. And that can be fun too, but I like the idea of finding the story that the music's telling and then telling something that parallels it. I think, yeah, well, my religious views have shifted a lot. I guess spiritual views would be a better way to put it. I think I've always tried and sometimes failed to talk about those kinds of things in ways that are layered so that people who don't have those same exact views also can see movements and things in those songs that can map onto their own experience. Because I think that so much of what you get out of art, and especially music, is what you bring to it. You can't avoid that. So when you start reading lyrics, you start making connections of things that, like, oh, this is what this makes me think of. And it could be an experience that I have no understanding of. So I think there's a couple examples over the years that I'm like, yeah, that was heavy-handed, and I don't love those ones. But I'd say for a lot of the songs, especially even songs where I had an idea of some of the things I was writing about at the time, a ton of those I still like singing because I wrote it layered enough to where I can reapproach it as well, and it can find meanings oftentimes for me that I enjoy more than I originally intended. So.
Okay. You mentioned literature, and a lot of your lyrics have a foundation there. Is there anything that you've read that you've wanted to write about, but you just could not figure out how to get it into a song?
Nothing comes to mind, because usually there'll be an idea kind of floating around, but if it doesn't kind of catch with the other elements of how a song comes together, then it just kind of floats away, or it maybe comes back later. But usually the way I work with stuff is if something is really sticking with me, it's gonna get made, because I need to get it out. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so like we said, 27 years in, knowing what you know about the industry now and yourselves, is there anything that you would have done differently? A contract you wouldn't have signed, a tour you wouldn't have gone on, a song you wouldn't have put out, anything at all?
I only have one big one, would have been, so K-Rock played All That's Left, and they were kind of championing that, and they told us, hey, the next single, I know you were going to do Artist in the Ambulance, but we think you should do Stare at the Sun. We're just going to play it 24/7. It's going to be amazing. It's going to blow up. And we're like, okay, well, they're the people who have backed us up in this area so far, and they're telling us they're going to play the song a lot, and the rest of the country kind of follows that station. So we're like, okay. So we changed it and made a video for that, and then they're like, no, we don't want to do that. So who knows what would have happened if we did Artist, but the fact that Artist in the Ambulance has had the response that it's had with it's never a single or whatever, but it has like 10 times the amount of plays of the rest of that record, which is a weird thing. So there's something about that song that resonated with people. Yeah, so my wife does not let me live that one down, because she's like, don't do it, don't listen to it.
I told you.
I don't know.
Else with anything? And it's okay.
I think something for me was just like, it just happened with growing older, is just don't sweat the small stuff. I've said this before, but like, I would let little mistakes like ruin entire shows and stuff like that now, and I think, and maybe we're all like this now, like if you you botch like a part of a song, like you can laugh it off and just move on.
Yeah, you've gotten way better at that.
Oh, I
used to get so bad.
yeah, I used to. But I mean, part of the reason was like playing with a bunch of really good musicians, and I'm just trying to like hold up my end of the bargain and playing with other bands that are incredible, and yeah, just wanting to be a better player in general. But I do think some of being a better player is like realizing that those little moments pass really quickly and you can move on and keep the show great. And yeah.
All right. All right, so 27 years, the music industry has changed dramatically. Obviously, streaming is the most impactful shift. Can you talk a little bit about the music landscape and how it's changed during your career, for good or for bad?
Yeah, it's changed
How
a lot.
much time do we have?
I mean, I think maybe the easier way to talk about it is that I think we weathered that because our philosophy of doing this has never shifted. So it was always music first, and everything else second. So that's been the same, and while we've had to shift actually, you know, how that works out in real life, like the everything else, we're satisfied creating the music we're creating, and I think it's made us able to weather whatever else is happening, you know, who's listening, who's not, can you sell records or not anymore, really, or yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's shifted a bunch. You used to, records used to be, or tours used to be promoting records, and now records are basically promotion tools for tours. Like as far as like how you actually can make money in the industry. So that's a weird shift, but you know, we've never been at that level where you're making a ton of money from selling the music anyway. So it's always been about, you gotta get back on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, thankfully we love, I figured out a good way to talk about it as far as like what the show is. I feel like it's the last piece of the creative process for us. It's like, you create this thing, you write it, you record it, it's all done, and then once you can like share it live, like it's like the final piece
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
And then you go on your social media and you post yourself eating dinner.
Yeah, that's we've not handled that part of the world.
I think much to the dismay of our booking agent.
Yeah.
Management.
We're really bad at social media and stuff like that. I mean, that is a
They
big
know.
shift though. Like, there's like a meme that we've seen that it's like Seinfeld, where like Seinfeld and George are sitting at the diner, and they're like, "What are we doing? What are we doing in our lives?" And it's like musicians in 2025 wondering why they're having to be content creators, you know? So, I mean, that's definitely like something that we struggle with, which is ironic too, because
Yeah,
like,
when we used to have just camcorders, we'd make funny stuff all the time because it was fun and it wasn't really for anyone. I think that's the thing, it was just for us.
Now you're like, it's the grossest term ever, but like feeding algorithms is.
But yeah, the irony is that we were actually really good at doing fun things and documenting things when it didn't matter.
Right.
Catherine's chair.
Well, and I think when you had a dedicated thing that was like, this thing is on, and now we're like playing with it.
Right.
Whereas now you have a device that's with you all the time.
Sure.
So it shifts your perspective of how you think about it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's also, I don't know, sorry. I feel like when we were starting to, there was something really gross about self-promotion, and now I feel like it's kind of necessary, which trying to figure out ways to do it in ways that doesn't feel gross, but I feel like be like, "Hey, check me out," was like like the worst thing ever. But I guess it's kind of normal now, so it does.
I just want to see Ed doing a reel every day.
Hey, check me out. Yeah. Hey guys, every day. Yeah. I'll do it as a joke, but everybody here will know it's a joke, okay?
Our little secret.
All right, so we just have a few minutes left for the Q&A, so we do want to throw it out to the audience just for a couple. We'll call on you, don't shout it out, and talk loud. You don't have microphones.
Everybody ask your question at the same time.
Let's go all the way back. Yeah, that's you.